A binding spell is a type of spell that is done to prevent the forward movement, progress, or success of a person. A binding spell can go by various names. It is also known as a root, as in spell to root someone. And because it is a type of spell that often uses jars, it is also known as a jar spell. Hello, beautiful people. It is Oshun Kimmy, your sage, your guru, your mystic, and your spiritual informant. And today we're going to talk about the signs that someone has rooted you, binded you, or placed you in a jar to prevent your success or your forward movement. Yes, binding spells cause stagnancy and they cause delays. But what a lot of people don't know about binding spells is that they actually open a portal to your past. And so essentially, even though it's called a binding spell, which may make us think that we are standing in place and standing still, it's really the type of spell that pulls you backwards. So it will open the door to a lot of past energies. You could be thinking a lot about your exes. You could be thinking a lot about your childhood. You could be thinking a lot about past people and situations. So these signs can be spiritual, as in they have effects on your spiritual body, your spiritual frame, and what happens to you in the spiritual or dream state. And or these effects could be physical in that they have effects on your physical body and on your physical reality. Let's start with the spiritual signs. And the main spiritual sign that someone has rooted, binded you, or placed you in a jar will be your dreams. A very prominent dream that someone could have if they have been rooted or binded is dreams of missing your flight, your train, or being late to your destination. Another dream that may suggest that someone has been rooted or binded is dreaming a lot of past people, past situations, and past places. So, your childhood school, your childhood home, your childhood friends, especially if it's a situation that you have not talked to those people in years, but you are dreaming of them every night. If someone is rooting you for the purposes of spiritually stealing your energy, your destiny, or your blessings, or for the purposes of offloading their karma onto you, you may have dreams of working for them, cleaning their home, washing their dishes, plowing fields, or planting gardens for them. The next sign that I'm going to talk about is kind of a middle ground between the spiritual and the physical, and that it could literally physically feel like there is an invisible presence. It could feel like there is a heaviness on you that some people may think of as depression, but really it is a spiritual bind, it is a spiritual weight that has been placed on you. And the real tea is that someone can do a binding spell to you by unloading or offloading their karma and their negativity onto you and your spirit. And this is what is called an energy transfer, a negative entity or energy transfer. And you will feel that energy spiritually and physically because it'll feel like a heaviness on your body. Your head and your shoulders could feel very heavy, and you could feel regularly fatigued, especially when it is time for you to do something important, and especially when you are trying to leave your home. If you regularly feel tired when you are about to leave your home or the moment that you step out of your home, then that could be a sign that someone has binded you or rooted you and is trying to keep you stuck in your home. This next sign is related to the sign I just talked about, which is that if you have been rooted, binded, or placed in a jar, you may find yourself falling into a tendency to self isolate. You could feel like you don't want to be around anybody. You just want to sit in the house. Sometimes, what we would identify as depression could actually be a sign that someone has rooted you and is preventing you from feeling happiness, from having energy to do things, to go places, to hang out with people. And of course, one of the most common signs is a slowing down of your money, your prosperity. Prosperity and money are both energies. And so you could lack energy to make money. You could have been initially a very creative person, but now you are lacking creativity. That siphoning of your creative energy and your creative power is causing a slowing down of your financial blessings. So now let's talk about some ways that we can break free from binds and roots on our spirit. The number one way is going to lie in our faith, in our intuition, and in our spiritual perception. We have to be spiritually aware. And so this means writing down your dreams. This means midnight prayers. This means meditation. This means actually taking the time to tap into your spirit and see what's going on in the spiritual realm. Yes, we have our physical eyes, but if we want to know whether there are binds placed on our spirit and how to break those binds, we need to be able to see with our spiritual eye. As I always say, there is no one universal spell breaker. The curse determines the remedy. So use meditation and prayer to figure out exactly what is happening to your spirit and exactly what needs to be done to clear that. Remedy number two involves being very spiritually clean. If you want to know what is happening in the spirit realm and you need to use your third eye to see those things, keep your third eye very clean. And a lot of times, when people are trying to root and to bind us, they will also do so to block our spiritual gifts. So, what you can do in order to cleanse any blockages on your third eye is to cleanse it with things like salt, with peppermint oil, with lime or lemon, with baking soda, and then, of course, staying on top of your spiritual baths. Witchcraft and binding spells require the assistance of dark spirits to carry out the bidding of the person who is performing the magic. So just know if someone is rooting you or binding you, they are calling on and conjuring dark spirits to help them in these tasks. So you need to be able to cleanse this dark energy off of yourself to keep those binds and those ties off of you. If you are unfamiliar with spiritual baths, there will be a link to my Etsy shop in the description box of this video where you can get spiritual baths that are already pre-made by me with very, very high quality herbs. And the last remedy that I'm going to offer here involves dream work. As we begin to get comfortable writing down our dreams, it allows us to dream more lucidly and to be able to pay attention more in our dreams. And so, the stronger that we become in the spiritual and the dream realm, the quicker that we can break these curses. The spiritual and the dream realm is where the curses actually begin. And so, breaking the curses in the dream state is going to be the most powerful method. And so, what I would recommend is having time for meditation immediately before bed, taking a spiritual bath immediately before bed, going into meditation. Don't get on your phone, don't watch a movie. Go from your spiritual bath into meditation, into sleep. And if you really want to be able to amp up your ability to fight in the spirit in the dream state, I'd recommend listening to healing frequencies, listening to gamma, beta, and alpha waves while you sleep, and that is going to elevate and heal your spirit while you are sleeping and help you to fight off attacks in the dream state. If you suspect that someone has rooted or binded you, I would suggest any of these tips that I've talked about here. But if you feel that you are in a beginner stage and you just really need assistance and guidance, I would suggest booking a consultation, and we will be able to talk directly with your honorable ancestors and your spirit guides to get you a solution to your particular problem. I hope this video was helpful to all those who are watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Peace and blessings. Much love. Selah.